Today, we're going to talk about the new Zirconia guided and conventional kit. This is only for two diameters, a 3.75 and a 4.3 diameter, okay? If we look at why or how it has both, you've got two things. This is our older Zirconia kit. It was just conventional. It meets the Easy Guide kit. So here's a regular. And what we're going to show here on this model is we have a guide. This guide, if I take something from the regular and see that it matches up into the sleeve and it has built-in stops onto the side, right? We see that we have the same thing now created with these sleeves and a peak for the Zirconia implants, okay? And in doing so, all of these drills will pass down through and have that built-in stop feature, which is very similar to Easy Guide. Let's take a look and see a little bit of the difference with this kit itself. Well, one, we have the option for a tissue punch. The second, and what we have to use, is a bone leveler, if you will. That's our first instrument that you must introduce into the sequencing, if you will, to get this guy set up. This is our guide. Some refer to this as a cortical cracker. This cortical cracker is meant to create that space for every one of these barrel instruments, if you will, to make sure that they fit and that they seat all the way. Now, what's interesting, just a little bit different than our Easy Guide kits, is that we have a 2.0 drill that goes to these lengths, a 10, 11 and a half, and a 13. Right? And then after that, we gradually open up that osteotomy to prepare for a 3.75. If it's in dense bone, we could bump up to another slightly wider size. And then last, we have our 4.3. Now, next step is if it's a more dense bone, let's say a type 2, type 3, type 1, we want to tap, right? We want to tap into that, and then we're going to deliver our implants. So we also see at the bottom we have some parallel pins, we have some x-ray guides, if you will. Another really nice feature, right, is we have the same prosthetic driver. It's the Neo driver. It's a star type driver. We have that, which is also used in our GM system. It's also used in our 2.9. It's also used in our Helix short and in this Zirconia system. So we're delivering a two-piece Zirconia implant. We have the option to either start in a conventional with the spear, or we start at the upper portion of this with a guided feature using these peak sleeves. Last thing I want to show everybody over here is in the creation of this guide, we do have this option to create or place this reamer into a handle. And if we're making these guides in office, that we have the ability to go into a space before we insert the sleeve into the guide and ream or turn this thing back and forth to make sure that these sleeves seat nicely and are cemented into the guides. All right. Okay, so we have our Zirconia two-piece implant. This is the guided and conventional kit. We're showing the guided portion. So let's pretend we have one of these peak Zirconia sleeves. Everything is a barrel system. We're going to place a 4.3 by 11 and a half Zirconia implant. We place this guy through. Everything is going to have a built-in stop on the side. We see how much of the instrument is from the underneath. And let's take a look at this block. Let's look at our sequencing. So in the kit, we're going to use our bone leveler first. Okay. Second piece in here, we're going to take our cortical cracker. That guy goes in. And then in this case, since we're doing a 4.3 by 11 and a half, and we're placing these at crestal level, we're going to take our 2.0. That would be our next step that we drill through the guide. We're going to go to our 3.75 drill. It'll be our next step to open up that osteotomy gradually. We're going to skip this guy. We know we're going to a 4.3. We don't need to necessarily put that in. If we did, not the end of the world. But we're going to go right to our 4.3 drill. This guy goes in. We've got a series we're following here left to right in the kit. And then we might need a bone tap. So I want to show the bone tap. It has a different connection on the top. It has a hex. This moves very slow. I'm going to change my program over to the same speed as the implant placed. I'm going to go to the bottom of the kit and certainly see that I have an adapter piece like the driver that we're going to place onto the hand piece. I have the wrong one. It's good I showed that. I need this guy if I'm going to use the hand piece. Right, and I click in. Now I'm changing the speed of my motor, so I want to step on it. I want to make sure that I'm spinning at a very slow speed. I gently rest this guy in and I let it tap itself down into the osteotomy. I get to the bottom where I want to go, and I have to make sure I go back to my motor, put this guy in reverse. I can hear the beep, 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 and I'm just gently resting my hands on this thing to let this guy back out. Right, and then we're ready for our implant. So in doing so, same guy comes off. I can leave this guy on. I hear my motor beeping, so I'm going to put this in forward. I'm going to grab my 4.3 by 11.5 implant. Now this is going to a fixture mount on the top. We have a mount to help remove or take this implant off. I know I'm in forward, and now I can sit this guy in very gently. And again, advance my implant. All of this would be done through the guide. I'm just showing everybody so they can see. And I've actually heard it even beep out. So what happens next? We just want to show that we've under prepped one of these implants, okay? We've under prepped it. I'm going back into the kit. Oh, here it is. I want to take my driver. I'm in forward, nice and tight. And I just want to show everybody that these locksums or fixture mounts that have a breakaway system on them, what happens if we torque too high? There are two hexes, on the side of this thing. If you notice the top of my wrench, very tight. We want to stop at 50. We don't want to continue to advance our zirconia implant. But what if we did? I want everybody to notice the side, and I can feel it. I can feel it starting to distort, and it just broke off. So I have literally just snapped the side of our fixture mount, and that should be an indicator for us to stop. Stop everything you're doing. I want to get this guy back on. I've removed the broken piece. I want to get this guy onto that hex. I want to put our arrow in reverse and immediately get this implant out. So anytime we're doing this zirconia two-piece implant, in the event that we've torqued too high, it's best to always order 2 of these zirconia implants. I hope this helps to look at this kit, both conventional and guided. Thank you.